So I got a question.
Okay.
Is this
what
the
you
last
got?
WrestleMania we get on the cock?
Yes.
This is the last WrestleMania that is in fact bouncing on the cock.
Yeah.
Ladies and
Cocklemania,
gentlemen,
if you will.
Cocklemania. Oh
No.
man. Oh man.
No.
Ladies and
No?
gentlemen,
Oh, man.
welcome. I always say ladies and gentlemen. Welcome everyone to Kickout Club Wrestling Podcast.
Yer.
My name is Tyler. The man who cut me off is Emil. Yurt.
And I'm here too.
And Yusuf is always here when he is
In
able to be.
spirit.
We're all here when we're able to be.
This is the first time
that's
we've
how
all
that
been in the
works.
same podcast since the crash out.
in weeks.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
been
it's been a hot minute.
It's been a
There's a lot
hot
that's
minute.
going on. How's everybody doing? How's your life going? How's personal things going? Like, are we
Who
good?
cares?
Are
It's
we
WrestleMania.
alive? But nobody else
alive.
cares,
We're
so
alive,
I might as
yeah.
well not care either.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are we alive? Are we feeling good? Are we
We're alive,
here,
we're good,
boys?
You know, I completely forgot. I mean, I had a friend text me on Sunday morning, and he goes, I gotta catch up on night one. What happened? And I go, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, Mania. I'm like, that's next weekend. And then I thought for a second, I'm like, is it? No. I was like, is it later than I think it is? No, it is next weekend, which is now this weekend. But he texted me on Sunday, and he was like, oh, I gotta catch up on night one. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
He was talking about Dynasty Night 1.
clearly, yeah. Ugh.
Speaking of AEW, bro, y'all are trolling about this, and I'm the one that has bought tickets to 2 shows this week.
Dude, AEW is so bad.
I'm on
so
the floor for
sorry.
Dynamite and Collision. I'm
Have
front
fun.
row for Collision.
Is that
You paid.
Are those the shows at
You
MGM?
Yes, I
Yeah.
paid less than $200.
You should have paid the amount that I paid to go watch Philly and Chicago on Sunday, and my girlfriend.
Which is $0.
Each ticket was $6.
$6?
I mean, it was the last regular season game, and the sixth
Nobody
one
cares.
in the in-season tournament.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
cares now.
that's crazy.
And it was a Sunday matinee. It was just
They're basically
triple,
begging
so it's
people
like-
to come and
it
sit
was
there
a
and
triple
watch.
threat
They're
of
like,
shits,
please,
and the game was
please
just
come
as
here.
bad.
Yeah.
Speaking of triple threat of shits, no, I'm just kidding.
So this show won't be quite as bad as that, but we've gone through the build, we've gone through the Euro show, we've gone through the weird Royal Rumble winner, we've gone through the heel turn, we've done the things.
And here we are.
We're here, boys. We've made it.
We're
We made
finally
it.
here.
It's this
After...
weekend. As of today, it is Tuesday, April 15th. Happy Tax Day. I hope you guys have paid your
Woohoo!
taxes.
Pay your taxes.
Ted DiBiase and IRS will find you.
It will find
Yo.
you.
Well,
Facts.
the one won't because he's in jail right now.
The
sure to-
IRS
oh, yeah,
trying to
okay.
fuck on me.
Be sure to leave your be sure to leave all your slips under your pillow for the IRS to pick up in the morning. And leave cookies out
That's
too
a
for
great
them.
story, by the way.
That is a great
That
story.
it is a great story.
The pump handle and the dump.
All right.
Wait, before we get into that though, how are we feeling about WrestleMania? Like are we
Yawn.
excited? Are we not excited? Yawn.
Genuinely,
getting there.
Can I be honest? Okay, I am so sorry for interrupting
Yeah,
you, but
it's
I do
been a
wanna
while for Yusuf
It's
to
been
share
a
his thoughts on
while.
this. So
I need to do this.
get your shit off.
I have not cared less for a Mania since I want to say like 32, 33 maybe.
AKA the Roman era.
The Roman era, yes. I think, and the biggest problem I think was that this is the latest Mania has been, I think, ever. Is what someone brought up. I think Sean Ross Sapp was talking about that earlier, because we haven't had a Mania go past like the second week of April, ever, and it's gonna be mid to late April, right? It's just been a from the Rumble to Chamber was about a month. Okay, fine, right? Chamber to now with the European tour and everything, right? Just made this feel like fucking never ending. Like this is not gonna be done anytime soon. When is Mania? It's made me feel impatient, and not to mention the build for a lot of the matches for Mania, especially a lot of the things that we're supposed to be looking forward to. The the triple threat, even though there's nothing on the line, and the favor kind of killed me and my hype for that. Cody Cena, the promo between the two of them in Europe was great, and then but like 2 weeks of Cody talking to no one didn't help, right? The Jay Gunther thing didn't really pick up until 2 weeks ago when Gunther murdered his brother, and that was 10 weeks of, you know what I mean? The Tiffany Charlotte thing, like, There are some things I am looking forward to for Mania this year, that being Cody Cena. Tiffany Charlotte, I think will be fun. I don't know how the hell that's going to go after what's been going on last few weeks. And I do really want to look forward to that triple threat between Rollins, Roman, and Punk. But just, I think the long build-up to this Mania has caused me to sort of just completely check out of the hype. I think by Mania Saturday, I'll be like, woohoo, fuck yeah, let's go. But for now, I'm just like, yawn. Like, please get this over with.
So I'll be honest, that I'm starting to get into the mood. I'm starting to get into the mode, right? We're always a snooze and a slog yesterday. That's fine. It is what it is.
I watched highlights, and it was a much more enjoyable show. But when you're stuck there for 3 hours, I can imagine it being a slog.
It's 2.5 these days, and you can actually watch 1 hour, catch up to about to where they are before the next hour even gets there, and you still haven't really missed anything. It's kind of cool. That's actually terrible. It shouldn't be like that. But it's fine. I'm kind of getting into it now. Starting to kind of plan out the day, kind of figuring out what's going on. And seeing the full match card with completed graphics for both nights, both very different graphics for both nights, and kind of listening to it, and I was kind of like, all right, I don't hate this on paper. I hate this in concept, but I don't hate this on paper. So it is what it is. But I'm getting myself there.
I think on paper it is a very good card. No, sorry. I just want to make this quick point. I think on paper it is a fun card. Right, it's something to look forward to. However, the execution of said card has just been like the longest 10 weeks of our lives. And I don't think Europe helped. You were saying.
In a word,
ass. Oh.
All right, well let's journey deeper into the ass.
Real quick too, I was just gonna say it doesn't help that before we journey deeper in the ass. If you are of Catholicism, you're also celebrating Easter this weekend, which is also a big distraction. Like, it's going to be hard for me, who has plans on Easter Sunday, to watch the show while I'm with family. I haven't seen my family in a few months because I live a couple hours away, and I'm going to go there, and they're going to be happy to see me, and my ass is going to be planted on the couch watching WrestleMania, because this shit is the Super Bowl. And I feel like my excitement does not really come from the matches themselves or the stories being told. My excitement comes from the fact that it's WrestleMania and the aura behind the event as a whole, which really, I don't know how to feel about that. Because
why? Because there's no aura.
Well, because WrestleMania itself carries aura coming off of last year, and also the fact of, like, football fans are excited for the Super Bowl. Baseball fans are excited for the World Series. Hockey fans excited for the Stanley Cup.
But I do want to say something in regards to that point. Fair point. However, something you do notice every now and then is when, the World Series matchup isn't exactly what the fans would hope for, people tune out of it. When the Stanley Cup Finals isn't what hasn't happened in a while, but, people tune out of it. The Super Bowl. The Chiefs made the Super Bowl again, and everyone went, fuck. But then everyone's like, Eagles, go Birds.
I was going to say that's not exactly true in my area.
Yeah, that's not
we
true.
Were very excited.
Not true for that
we
guy.
Were very ready for the Super Bowl.
Yes, but what I mean though is,
go Birds.
If it's not the outcome you want. Yeah, that guy. If it's not the outcome you want, you tend to tune out of things. And like I've seen this kind of with the build up for WrestleMania is, Punk's not going into the world title match. Yawn. The whole Io Bianca Rhea thing. Did Rhea have to get thrown into this? So you do have a fair point, but there's also the factor of if the fans don't exactly get what they are hoping for, not what they want, but what they're hoping for, there's a tendency to just sort of check out.
All right, so we've been complaining for 10 weeks. Let's kind of let's break
not
this down.
Complain for once.
This is the official prediction show. Let's do the thing, right? So this is now NXT WrestleMania Las Vegas as told by Emil. Any further questions?
The Netflix.
No, but I want to say NXT Stand and Deliver is probably going to bang more than WrestleMania 41 will.
That card is kind of fucking hump.
That card is fucking crazy good.
The card is crazy, but no.
The stories being told are so good.
When it actually happens, you're gonna like Mania 41 more.
You're probably right, but I'm more excited about Stand and Deliver.
I am more excited for Stand and Deliver right now.
Here we go. Night 1, WrestleMania Saturday, the unofficial pre-show to the actual show of WrestleMania. Not including the actual 3-hour pre-show. 3 hours?
3 hours, no matches.
1 p.m. Eastern, or sorry, 1 p.m. local time. That sucks.
Not to mention they're doing the Hall of Fame.
You will not catch me watching it.
Not to mention they're doing the Hall of Fame at 11
4
p.m. the
for us,
night
least, but
before.
that's still...
So
Yo, and
people
the
are
Hall
going
of
to be
Fame starting
tired.
at 1 a.m.
1 a.m. Eastern the night
over
before.
on the East Coast.
People are going to be tired.
I'm not watching the Hall of Fame.
Nope, you won't catch me watching that.
Sorry, Trips. I might watch it on demand.
Exactly.
Gonna watch it
sorry,
on demand.
Yep.
It's fine though. All right, so now we've made it. Let's pretend like we've made it through the Hall of Fame. We've made it through Stand and Deliver. We've made it to 4 p.m. This is the match that will be opening up the main card of WrestleMania Saturday, aka the pre-show. Jey Uso and Gunther for the World Heavyweight title. So for the last 10 weeks or so, we have been building up this story, right? We know the story, but let's go through it anyway for prediction's sake. So we have started with the Royal Rumble. Jey won the Royal Rumble, and it is what it is, right? So then
Saturday night's main event before that even.
I don't really care about that.
Great.
That's not really being canon in
Neither
the story,
do they.
So yeah, exactly. So Jey wins the Rumble. Jey decides to take a week or so to figure out what he feels like doing. Ultimately, he picks Gunther because duh. The story then kind of twiddles its thumbs for a while. Akira Tozawa gets involved. Don't forget that happened. We're not going to forget that happened. All right. We kind of skip through all this, and then Jimmy Uso gets involved. Big Jim. Big fan.
Large
and then,
Jim.
Big Jim gets taken out, right? That's the story. Big Jim gets taken out. He turns into a bloody mess. Gunther looks like a fucking villain. Jey Uso's about to crash out. And this all culminates at the opening match of the pre-show for WrestleMania Saturday, which is the whole show. And Jey Uso will win this match. I would prefer Gunther to win, but Jey Uso will win this match. The way you're building this, the way you're setting this all up, Jey Uso will win this match. There's no reason to get a redemption arc. There's no reason for him to lose. There's no reason for none of that shit, because this is the redemption arc, right? He already lost. So Jey Uso will win this match. This is going to be what it is. No one's going to love it, but it's going to give a hot start. As a result, people will like it. No one will like the match. The match will be what the match is.
I have to, unfortunately, face the inevitable that Jey is winning. Gunther cut a great promo yesterday on Raw, talking about how he is the greatest gift that WWE has received in the last 10 years or whatever it was. I'm paraphrasing here, but probably the best promo he's cut since he got to WWE in general. And it made me really go, this is the guy I want standing victorious come Saturday. Which then made me realize, oh, yeah, he's losing. He's losing. So, we'll get Jey as world champ, and then I feel like we'll just go from there. But probably, it'll be a match. Not that I'm not looking forward to it. It's just, it'll definitely be a lot of back and forth. Jey gets his underdog rise from nowhere, super kick, win, congrats, and off we go. And then we keep going with the rest of the kickoff. Tyler?
I think we lost you a couple of times. I think you cut out.
Oh, fuck. Really?
At least on my end.
Oh, no.
Tim's end as well. However, I believe it did go through, and the podcast audience has heard it.
Hopefully.
But with that in mind, my prediction, without getting too much into it, Jey Uso's winning. It's obvious. If Gunther does win, what the fuck was this all for? What the fuck was this all for if Gunther wins it, It's unfortunate that Gunther just put out the promo of his career this past week, and it's unfortunate that Gunther takes another L at WrestleMania for a title after going on a tear. But that's just what it is. Jey Uso's a bigger star at the moment. Not saying Gunther's not a big star, but at the moment, Jey Uso is the focus. He's the focal point. And Braun Breaker's ready to go up to that world title. So who better to feud with him for it than Jey Uso, in my opinion? I'm just saying.
Bro.
I'm not chilling. Bro. I am chill.
Chill, bro. He's got to hold it for till SummerSlam.
A month. That's generous. I'm sorry.
A month? Oh, true.
I'm sorry. That is so. Jay is not holding on to that title for very long.
Oh well, that doesn't
And
matter right now.
I love Jey Uso, as you can tell, but he's
like
not
a
holding the
month
title
is-
for very long.
I
So
think
in
a
other
month
words,
is
once again, this was a
too
waste of all
short.
of our times, and we didn't have to do this at all.
Correct.
Fair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. So in my opinion, here at NXT Las Vegas WrestleMania, told by Emil, this will be the next match on the card. So we're moving on. It will probably be Jade Cargill and Naomi.
No.
I'm spitballing.
I personally,
I'm spitballing.
I mean, we can go on to that match. I don't think this is the order, but
We're-
let's
we're
go to
s-
this match for us.
We're spitballing here, guys. We have the concepts of a plan. We don't really know because they don't really know because no
Yikes.
one cares.
Yikes! And you know what? If our president can do it, so can we. Ladies and
Facts.
gentlemen, Jade Cargill
Your
versus
president.
Naomi.
Here's the
And-
story. So Jade went down with an injury while I believe her and Bianca were holding the titles. No.
Yeah.
They lost the titles.
No, they won. They
No,
had
they
the
had
title.
the
They
title.
were still champs. When
So
Jade went
Naomi
down.
graciously stepped in. Graciously.
Graciously. Thank God. Honestly.
Thank God. Because
Thank
she couldn't go
God
win.
for
She couldn't-
Naomi.
She couldn't go win the women's U.S. title. No. We couldn't do anything fun like that. Nah.
Nah.
So instead, we had to do this. Over the course of I guess probably 6 months, this turned into a whodunit, and then we kind of forgot about it. Then it's turned back into a whodunit because all of a sudden we cared again once they lost the belt. Bianca had found her way into the Elimination Chamber match, and Naomi had also found her way into the Elimination Chamber match. Jade Cargill comes back, takes out Naomi. Bianca is nowhere to be found in this story. It's okay, though. We've already discussed how mad we are at that. It doesn't matter. This is where we are.
We're
This
not mad.
This is the story, right?
We're
So
not mad.
It is
You're
what
mad.
it is.
Stay mad.
Long story less long. They had some promos.
Good promos. Actually, Naomi had good promos. Jade, it sounded like she was doing the Ivy Nile special, reading the script in her head.
Anyway, it has resulted in this blood feud. Jade's winning.
This is
Yeah.
one of the best built stories of the show.
That's
I'm not gonna lie.
sad.
And I say best,
It's
but
not.
It is.
But
It is.
this is
It's
sad.
one of the best. I'm not saying it's good because not many matches on this card had good builds, but this match
Right.
had a solid, as even keeled build as you could possibly have among a long stretch of time. And I'm not saying every story needs to have a long-term build, but this one kept the story moving, had plot line moving forward, had interweaving a little bit. And at the end of the day, unfortunately, even though Naomi is doing the work of her career right now, with the caution tape of a champion, she will be taking that L to Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill will absolutely win. It's her first WrestleMania match. It's a lock. Jade Cargill is winning.
Probably the best built story so far. You're right, with the most obvious outcome. Jade is winning. That I don't know where else you go from there. Like what? Here's the thing. Someone genuinely did ask me, "What if Naomi wins?" And I go, "Great. What happens after? What does that do for either of them?"
Sets up a rematch.
Yeah, exactly. No, we're
At
good.
Backlash St. Louis.
This could have been for the women's U.S. title.
You think in a good old whodunit, when they find out who done it, they go for another whodunit and it's the same person again? No. This ain't no Scooby-Doo bullshit.
So this cannot be saved, but it's fine.
It's fine.
This
Jade
is a story
wins.
cannot be
LOL.
saved. This is so
Honestly,
dumb.
honestly,
Well,
I'm in it. I'm
can't
into
be
it.
saved. No, and that's the thing, right? Same. Like, it's not that it can't be saved, because I feel like it actually did a very solid job moving along for the last few weeks and going into Mania. Because you can't really over-exaggerate a story like this, which is good. There's only so much you can do with so much that we had. Jade gets attacked, no one knows who it is, yada, 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 and then Jade attacks Naomi at the chamber. And that's it. That's our whodunit, and we're good. From there, we finally get the understanding of why. We get the build-up of that. Jade is trying to register words in her head as she cuts a promo, but she's working on it. She'll get there. But Naomi's been doing a great job holding this whole feud together, just with her promo cutting, and it will come to an end when Jade murders her in public. All you need. It's all you need in a feud like this,
Murder, she wrote.
No.
Now, Emil, what is the next match in Emil's NXT TakeOver WrestleMania 41 Saturday night's main event?
As told by Tyler, apparently.
No, this is WrestleMania Saturday, the pre-show.
WrestleMania
right.
Saturday night's main event.
No, the pre-show.
Okay, so what is it?
Oh, I don't know. At this point, we kind of need to start ramping up a little bit, so we'll bring in War Raiders and then
It's Cody
War
versus
Raiders.
Cena.
There's not much on this Saturday.
You're
card,
telling
though,
me
right?
that's the ramp up?
There ain't much going on here, bro. I'm
If
sorry.
any match on the card...
I ain't really got. Wait. Shut up. This is we didn't get all the way there yet.
I'm just saying, if there's any match on this card that gets bumped to the pre-show in an effort to make another match, it's
Hush your
this one.
face, because watch what I'm doing here. I'm cooking a little bit. I figured it out. So yes, it is War Raiders and New Day. I'm cooking.
I'm cooking what?
Watch and learn. This is not a good card, so this will not come out to a
Bro's
filet mignon.
cooking. Bro's cooking like
cooking
Chef
air.
Boyardee.
Homie, this is not a filet mignon card. There's not much to work with here. So I'm
This is like
I'm
a
trying my
chicken
best.
piccata card.
This is like in Chopped when they give you the shittiest things on planet Earth, and I still have to make a 5-star dish out of it. I'm doing the best I can. I'm
Okay.
trying to make a puree right now. Let me work.
As you were.
War Raiders and the New Day. This story consists of the New Day turning heel, the New Day staying heel and doing nothing,
Yeah.
and then deciding that they want to kill the War Raiders a week out of WrestleMania. Because they both have broken freaking necks.
The heel turn itself, fantastic. One of the greatest of all time. The moment itself. The heel run, fucking garbage.
I would like to ask a question before you carry on.
We're not even going to dig into that greatest heel
May I-
turn of
may
all
I ask
time
a
moment
quick
We're not.
question?
thing.
I didn't say it was the greatest. It's up there. Yes, Yusuf.
My question is this: what run?
No.
Their walk, their crawl.
Yeah,
The
crawling.
turn he loves, everything else no.
No. I know. I love the turn too. Everything that happened after, because people are saying, "Oh, the heel run was bad, dude." It wasn't even a run. It was
Well,
barely
actually-
a fucking jog.
Actually, you of all people should see the heel run more than Tim and I, because we didn't see shit on the in the United States, because most of their heel run has been interview segments during commercial breaks.
That's the thing, right? Is like even in the backstage interviews and everything, it's just them talking shit to the wonderful and incredible Kathy Kelly. How dare you? And then nothing forms from that, and you're like, y'all had one of the coolest heel turn segments in the last like few years, and all you're doing now is feuding with Rey Mysterio randomly and cutting promos backstage talking about nothing.
New Day wins, LOL.
Nah.
Really?
Wow, I'm surprised.
There has to be a
Nope.
point here.
There should be a point. I don't think they want to go with the point. I think the point should just be fuck
I
it, let
think
the
you
War
have
Raiders hold it.
I think you have to go with the point.
That's the problem, right? Right.
Because that may rejuvenate something around here, because the tag team
Maybe.
scene is ass, because Triple H hates tag team wrestling. I
On
won't believe
Raw.
any different.
on Raw. Asterisk.
On Raw, he hates tag team wrestling.
And furthermore, we need somebody who can cut some promos around here, because no offense to the War Raiders, but
no, they are
I'm
not
gonna
promo
pass.
cutters. They are just
Yeah,
big
big
and
pass.
scary. Yeah.
Big
Gonna
pass.
pass.
I'm torn, but I'm gonna go with New Day. It's gonna be the biggest piss break of all piss breaks.
No, hold on, stop, because
Yes.
let me keep going now. So we've gone through this. So now my next match, this is the real ramp up, right? We're getting to LA and Jacob Fatu.
Isn't that a
Okay.
multi-man or is that one-on-one?
One-on-one.
There's not really a
Oh.
multi-man
For the US title,
There's
it's a
only one
one-on-one.
multi-man on this night.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
For now.
For now.
Well, there's the tag team match. I guess that counts as multi-man.
I have a
so,
yeah.
So anyway, let me cook a little bit, right? So we got LA and Jacob Fatu, right? They've been kind of fucking around and doing different versions of this match on SmackDown for like the last 2 months, but
Yep.
it's fine. Jacob Fatu's going to get a title out of it. That's the prediction and
That's
the
the important
spoiler.
thing.
So unless Solo wants to cost him, or then Solo's going to attack him afterwards, like I don't know. I don't care. I could care less. There's talks of Jeff Cobb though, which is really interesting. It's not going to happen at Mania, so nobody get their hopes
Nope.
up until until next Friday. So it's cool. It is what it is. And also it's going to be Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah. Jacob Fatu wins, Emil. That's the pick. That's
Samoan werewolf of a champion.
A werewolf of a champion.
Werewolf of a champion. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Jacob
cool?
Fatu wins. That's easy. Poor LA Knight. Yeah.
No, LA Knight finally gets his deserved championship match on a big show. That's 1-on-1.
And he takes a big fat L.
That's not a big fat L, man.
That's not
Using your star power as LA Knight, who is still incredibly over.
Yeah, no matter what.
To bring up Jacob Fatu as this newly blossoming face, it's a good move for him. It's a good look for him.
And to think
takes a big
people
fat
were looking
L.
forward, and to think people were looking forward to Solo versus Fatu.
Too bad LA Knight's gonna go unless we want to do some fancy shit after the after Mania and do a draft and get it so LA Knight goes and faces Jey Uso or something.
As the resident draft
that might be a
enthusiast
thing.
here, I don't want to draft because the draft last year fucking sucked.
Well, yeah.
Give us a shakeup. Just have like a window, like a trade window, where the GMs, you see Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis constantly talking and they're negotiating trades, and all of a sudden, like, oh, Jacob Fatu pops up on Raw, like so and so pops up on SmackDown.
Well, that's gonna be
and that's it.
that,
We don't need to redraft everybody to the same rosters they've already been on, save like 5 people.
Well, no, the concept is to get Cody on Raw with Netflix.
Correct.
I can't believe they didn't do that.
No, I'm fine with it, but I'm also surprised.
Especially because his feud. Never mind. Whatever. All right. So now here's the real piss break of the evening: Rey Mysterio and El Grande Americano.
You do not say that about El Grande Americano again.
How
that man is a legend.
Chad Gable was left off of this card.
Justice for Chad Gable.
Chad Gable was complaining on Raw about being left off the card for El Grande Americano. It's the funniest shit in the world.
So let's break the fourth wall. This is this might be the greatest story that they're telling right now. This is the greatest story they're telling right now.
Absolutely, this is the greatest fucking
so
thing
into it, so stupid. Also, this is fucking ridiculous. Also, how did Rey Mysterio get on this card?
Excuse me, Rey Mysterio?
It's Rey Mysterio.
This could be his last WrestleMania. Like, we never know when his last WrestleMania is going to be.
His last WrestleMania should have been 2 years ago.
That might be correct, but it's not.
Yeah,
so
but if not, he's
why was
still
he there
here
last year in the same match with his son?
Because
he was healthy.
Because
this is going to be the first Mania that Mysterio's.
So who's winning this? El Grande?
Rey Mysterio.
I actually think Rey Mysterio is winning this. I think it's another year of Rey Mysterio in a shenanigans match, and El Grande Americano gets unmasked, and it is not Chad Gable.
What if? Wait, yeah, but then who is it?
Who cares?
Brodus
It's not
Clay?
Chad.
Brodus Beefcake Clay?
It is not Brodus Clay.
No, I don't think
it better not be
Brodus Clay. What is his name? Brodus.
Brodus Clay. Brodus. Oh, are you talking about Brutus Creed?
That guy.
No. And he laughs kind of similar. He takes the mask off and he's like,
that
man gives
why
Ricochet
is
a
that
run
his
for his
thing
money.
now? When did they start doing? They started doing that just randomly.
He's been doing that since being paired with Gable.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's been great. It's been
As
great.
we can tell, night one is the drizzling shits. We're like
Kinda.
A little.
Kinda. A little
this
bit.
is terrible. This is bad.
We're finally getting to the good stuff though. What's the next
We
match?
have 2 matches left, y'all. So
The two good ones.
On NXT Las Vegas WrestleMania, the pre-show, we now have, as told by Emil, we have the Women's Championship, which will not main event, because we know what the main event is.
It will semi-main event.
It will be the semi-main because it won't be Gunther and Jay. It's going to be Tiffany. It's going to be Charlotte. Throughout this story, Charlotte has won the Royal Rumble. She's turned into this omnipotent figure, as we've been talking about. She is in her God mode right now. I don't know. I want to say Charlotte just because God mode, and I do kind of want her to do a God mode run because I'm kind of curious to see if they can do that with a woman. But I also don't feel like doing that for 4 years. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have the patience to watch Charlotte hold it belt for 3 years. I don't. On the flip side, though, her coming in like that and losing to Tiffany, does that do anything for a face Tiffany?
Yes.
The other question
Yes, it
is, does Tiffany losing do anything for a heel Charlotte?
No.
I don't know. In this character?
No.
Well, here's the thing. Charlotte was never supposed to be the heel in this story.
We don't know that.
That's true. We don't know that. We'll never know.
I think you could tell from those promos that this
I
is not
think
a heel.
I think the problem
is
is Charlotte is a phenomenal heel.
Yeah.
And Tiffany is an awful babyface.
Yeah.
She's not awful.
I mean,
she doesn't work well as a babyface because she's so.
It's not her. It's not her bag.
It's just not her thing, right? Yeah.
Right.
So,
and Charlotte ruined this feud for Tiffany, in my opinion.
This story has consisted of a lot of nothing, but a lot of yapping.
Mainly
some
yapping.
Little brawls.
A little bit of breaking the fourth wall.
It's given like Bad Girls Club types of shit talking between the two.
It's Brad Summer, but too bratty.
The segment, and then they deleted it, so it's not even officially canon.
No. Oh well. Anyway.
It's canon. It's just they don't want you to repeat it, but
it is
Tiffany
canon.
Wins,
but it's also,
LOL.
I really want Tiffany to win, but it's really hard to bet against Charlotte Flair. Death, taxes, and Charlotte Flair returning and winning world titles are like the three commonalities of life, the three facts of life.
I want this to be the year where all things are proven wrong, and I'm gonna go with Tiffy time.
I agree. I am ultimately gonna go with Tiffy.
Firmly hope that they make this decision, because I don't know if I can stomach another Charlotte Flair title run.
Nothing intrigues me about who Charlotte faces afterwards if she wins. Nothing really intrigues me about Tiffany either, but I'm open to Tiffany, more pairings with Tiffany in the future.
Right. With Tiffany, there's more potential for the future. With Charlotte, it's what are you going to do? Go back down to NXT again and defend a title?
Oh, Lord.
Facts.
Wow.
All right. Well, now we've hit the main event of the pre-show of WrestleMania, and that would be Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk in a triple threat match with Paul Heyman strapped to a ladder.
That's not in the match.
Not yet it is, but it should be.
Custody of Paul Heyman ladder match. He's dangling from the coat hanger.
Yeah, but they just have Paul wrapped in a harness. He's just hanging there floating. Help me.
So we have had. Let me give the absolutes before we start talking about the things that
should not happen.
So this all kicked off at the Royal Rumble. Punk eliminated somebody, or Seth eliminated Punk, or whatever. Whatever. Somehow Reigns and Punk are on the floor. And then somehow Seth gets out there on the floor too. Then everybody wants to kill each other.
Are you butchering this again?
It doesn't matter at this point. Nobody cares because they don't use really that as a launch pad. And then Roman died for 2 months and we kind of forgot. And then all of a sudden Seth still wanted to kill Punk, even though Punk was trying to internet his way into the world title match, which didn't work.
What happened was
why
Punk
are we thumbing
eliminated
that down? That's what happened.
Yeah.
I didn't thumb
Punk, they tried to get Punk to go out there and cut a shoot promo.
Yeah.
Because that's what Punk's good at, and try to rile up the internet to see if the internet could get Punk into the actual main event. Right? I'm convinced this was the move. They were trying to get Punk
I'm fairly certain too, but it just didn't work.
They wanted to get Punk in the actual main event, so they had Punk go shoot on Dwayne.
Yeah.
I don't know if I agree with that, but
it didn't work. Nobody. They were trying to manufacture a Cody thing.
Dude, I don't know, dude. People were talking about that well before he went out there and cut that promo.
I'm hyperboleing it a little bit, maybe, but there's a little bit of that was supposed to happen, or they thought would happen, or maybe could have happened, or
they entertained the idea,
or the internet made the idea possible for them to entertain, and then Punk did it, and everyone kind of just went, okay, and then everybody moved on with their day. So they were like, all right, okay, I guess we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Because nobody wants that. So instead, they put Seth back with Punk, even though they already had a blow-off match. And then they keep doing a match, and then they go into a steel cage. Roman comes back, and then everything gets all out of whack. Now we're starting to argue over Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman is caught in the middle of three dudes.
You guys see that meme where it's like these three guys have smoking hot wives, and they're all fighting over Paul Heyman.
Paul Heyman.
Facts. They're all fighting for Paul Heyman's attention. Yep. And Paul Heyman can't choose. Seth Rollins is all of a sudden putting wrestling on his back again and trying to save the business.
It's Rollins season, baby.
It is Rollins season, and this time he's healthy. Roman Reigns is around, but Roman isn't in a world title match or with The Rock, so we have to put him in something important. And so that's how we got here. They've kind of just been bickering for the last few weeks with multiple different contract signings or things that look
just
eerily
multiple
like
segments of them being in the same building.
Yeah.
contract, whatever, right? The long story less long of this is it's kind of interesting who could win this, and it depends on what they kind of want to do, right? It's kind of how they want to move forward. Right now, as of Monday, Roman has now pushed Paul Heyman down, which means Roman Reigns is now alone, very alone, which is intriguing.
Let's not forget in case we forgot, this is not the first time Paul and Roman Reigns were not fine.
Yeah.
The Brock
they're
feud,
really
they
not
also
fine
were
this
not
time.
fine.
No,
So
but
before we get there,
that was a ruse.
no, they were not fine.
Whatever. I don't remember, so sure. CM Punk could win. CM Punk could be the heel-ish. He's playing the tweener?
One of many theories is that Punk could be gearing up for a heel turn, but I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if there really is a specific role for each of these guys. It's just these guys are all in the story, and the fans are figuring it out on the fly.
So I guess the concept of a winner doesn't matter because we don't really know what they're fighting for. Rollins is trying to find something to fight for and trying to make this important and trying to make this meaningful.
Rollins is once again making it a fight for the business.
Everybody else is making this a joke. So again, the winner of this match kind of doesn't matter, but it matters in the sense of what we're doing post WrestleMania. It depends on who we want to focus on post WrestleMania. Who's going into a world title match after WrestleMania? Is it Punk? Is it Rollins? Is it Roman? And the answer is probably not Roman. I think Roman has the least likely chance of coming out of this, the winner.
Yeah.
Roman might be the one getting pinned.
Roman might actually,
Again.
yeah.
Don't mind me as I'm adjusting my lighting.
Of course. My whole thing with this feud, with everything, right, is as I kind of talked about earlier, the whole favor thing kind of, I was like, all right, whatever. There's nothing at stake here now because everyone thought the favor was going to be a world title match or something. Now there's nothing at stake. It's just Paul Heyman's going to be in Punk's corner. Cool. Having Roman win, just, you could have the idea of... Here's the thing. I think whoever comes out of this alive is probably at some point going to go after the winner of Cody and Jonathan Cena. Probably. Not immediately, though, but at some point. Roman, I think we can hold off on that. We don't really need that. If he gets pinned, I'd be pretty surprised, but I wouldn't, be mad about it. Rollins, we'll see how that goes. Punk is the obvious answer to win this match, but there's going to be so many shenanigans in what will probably be a 25-minute triple threat to main event the pre-show. And we're just going to have to deal with it. Like, even yesterday on Raw, right? They had their last segment together. They're doing everything, yada, yada, yada. And, oh no, Seth Rollins hit Roman in the back with a chair again. Bro, like I said, this in our
shenanigans were going to happen when I saw that.
Shenanigans were absolutely going to happen. I said this in our group chat earlier. If I have to watch Roman lose a match because he decided to smack Seth Rollins with a chair again, I will laugh. I'll just be like, great. Good job, Roman. You can never let this go. And that's kind of what it is, right? It's never letting the Shield go. Because Seth knows that that's what haunts Roman Reigns to this day, right? Seth is trying to save the business, quote unquote, by trying to get rid of the big bad for the last 4 years, which was Roman. They got the title off him, but he's still there. But to Seth, that's not as big a threat as Punk trying to get back into the main event scene. Because, as we all know, Seth believes that CM Punk is a cancer to this business. And he's just trying every way he can to get rid of Punk. So, it'll be fun. There'll be so many shenanigans. There's definitely going to be a Shield powerbomb at some point. They might get Paul Heyman to be the third person to do it. That'd be funny.
What if they all worked together and triple powerbombed Paul?
So like I said, everybody.
Hey,
the only
hey,
person taking this match seriously is Rollins.
And listen,
Yeah.
Rollins ain't winning. Rollins ain't winning.
Well,
You're getting worked, sir. They are
I think it's
dangling the
Punk.
carrot, and you are going.
It's absolutely.
And you're so
Punk.
close. You're
look,
so
man,
close.
There's nothing
the
to grasp
strangest-
onto here, so I have to grasp on to conspiracies.
Listen, I'm going to say
Well, I
the
mean,
exact
here's-
quote of what I said when we talked about this to begin with. There are two reasons for this match even happening in the first place. Number one, give
Punk
CM
needs a
Punk
main
a
event.
WrestleMania a main event. Number
Yep.
two, have Punk win. CM Punk is winning this match. I don't know if
Yeah.
Paul gets involved. I don't know if Paul turns on Roman or Seth or both and walks out with Punk. Personally, I don't really give a fuck. I kind of want Paul to leave on his own.
Here's
I
the
honestly
thing,
don't
right?
want him to leave with
Here's-
anybody.
Right now, that's the thing. I want Punk to win. At the end of the day, I care about nothing else except CM Punk winning this match. But people are like, but Paul's gonna join Seth Rollins, and then what's gonna? I don't give a fuck. Tell Paul Heyman could just watch everything go up in flames and be like, you know what?
Dun
I'm out of here.
dun 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 dun
Yeah,
Done.
if only.
dun dun dun.
And then
dun,
Yeah,
he
dun.
looks
why
at
is
Braun-
Rollins here? But we could have had that. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Brock.
He's retired, is what he said off screen apparently
Yeah,
Ugh.
and also legal
because
things.
of legal shenanigans.
Yeah, legal jargon, if you will.
That's actually the
So-
worst kind of jargon.
So
It really is.
I'll get into a little bit of my some of my thought process when we get to night 2, the end of night 2. I guess the reason why I'm saying this doesn't matter until we see the winner and see how it happens. Because there are theories, there are conspiracies, there are concepts of a plan going around the winner of this and the night 2 main event. Am I being worked? Maybe. But really, I'm just looking at this on paper, and I'm looking at the things they've given me, and I have full context now because we are at WrestleMania. So I can't, be saying let them cook. I can't let them cook anymore. We're here. We're at the event, right? We're doing the predictions for the event. Something here is fishy. All of this is fishy. Both of these main events are fishy. Everything about this is not right. Something is not sitting right with me. It's not this easy. It's not. It's Triple H. It can't be this easy. So I'm
Right.
gonna walk
No, I get
into to both of these main events, and we'll talk about it again once we get to the end of the show, right? Where these two matches, all of it doesn't quite fit. Something's not right here, and it's all gonna connect, but we gotta watch it. So I can't make a prediction for this. I can't.
Boo.
I can't. Rollins is the dark horse answer. Punk is the easy answer. Roman is getting pinned regardless. I think that is probably how this is working.
I think Seth's eating the pin, dog.
I think Roman's eating the pin. Roman can eat a pin.
I don't know.
He
Roman's
got-
been
he got-
losing.
The only thing Roman's lost is the Rumble. That doesn't count.
Okay.
Yeah. He's actually got a point.
I'm not wrong.
You're not.
The last
Roman
thing
also
Roman
got-
lost
got
before that
all the
was,
Ws. Last I checked.
who took the pin in that Bloodline tag match between him and Jay and Solo and Jacob?
Jimmy.
Yeah, I think it was Jimmy.
Yeah. Okay, so there you go.
I don't even
Roman
need
can
to.
take a pin.
Yeah.
I'm 70% sure it's Jimmy. All right, so let's move on to the actual show. So we've watched 3 hours of the pre-show. We've wasted our Saturday night, and now we're here at the actual WrestleMania show. The neon lights are on bright. We're no longer betting in the casino.
Fiend.
No, it's timeless now. Timeless is on.
Fiend.
No, timeless is on now.
I hate that song.
I know.
Timeless is a great song.
No, Timeless is great. I love Timeless.
The many voices of Playboy Cardi will serenade us throughout the neon lights of night 2. I love the graphics look for night 2, by the way.
They look
Super
cool.
clean.
They look
Yeah, they're
super
great.
pretty.
Really nice,
I
yeah.
like the flip. The cards were super awesome, but I do like the switch to night 2 being this neon theme. This was awesome.
Yeah.
Visually, and I hope they play into that with the graphics on the stage and the graphics that they do for nameplates and stuff throughout the night. I hope the first night is a little bit more playing card based, and the next night is sparkly and glittery and neon. I think that's cool. I like that they kind of split WrestleMania not only by the nights but by the theme, by the feel, by the look, the lighting. I hope they experiment with that. just from a visual production standpoint. All right, let's talk about it. Let's open up night 2, the official night, WrestleMania Sunday, the only PLE that ever deserves to be on a Sunday. WrestleMania 41. The opening
SummerSlam
match
would like a word this year.
for this. Don't get me started. The opening match for this will be the Women's World Championship triple threat. It will be Io Sky. It will be Rhea Ripley. It will be Bianca Belair.
Wrong.
Well, the only other place to put this is in the penultimate, and you're not killing your crowd. Sorry, that's the way I see it.
That wouldn't kill the crowd.
That's the way I see it.
It wouldn't kill the crowd, though. I'd say AJ and Logan open, but that's just me.
That's a terrible open.
Why? Logan comes in and goes home.
Start hot.
He gets the Brock treatment. He gets to go home early.
No, start hot. All of them get to go home early. This show will end by 8 p.m. local time.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Maybe.
I don't know. I don't really care.
No, it starts at 4 p.m. local time.
Okay.
All right. The triple threat. Io, Rhea, Bianca. This is a mess of a story. We've gone through it already, but the story is as follows. Bianca won the chamber. Rhea and Io had a match next night.
Rhea whined like a baby.
Io is here to steal everybody's shine and everybody's spotlight and make everybody shut the fuck up.
Hooray!
Io is winning this match.
We did it. We can go home. Oh, we can't.
Io can go home.
Everybody else
can fuck off.
I don't understand how Rhea is not the heel in this at all. So it's fine.
Bianca shouldn't be here. Rhea also at this point should be here. Where was Chelsea Green, man? Chelsea Green was busy.
And they stuck Liv Morgan in the tag division.
Yeah.
Oh,
there were
man.
options here. We could have gotten Michin in this match.
Next
No.
match, please.
Bianca?
We all said Io.
No, we couldn't have.
Or Bailey? We could have put Bailey.
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 Wait, I don't want Bailey Io
We could have done
again.
Jordan Grace because there's way too much going down there
Yo,
in NXT.
low-key?
We could have just done Jordan
Honestly,
Grace.
Yo, low-key?
Yeah.
We could have got
There's way-
Roxanne. Roxanne was in the chamber.
True.
Roxanne had a year. And now
Io
she
and
hasn't been
Roxanne?
seen.
Yeah.
Roxanne had a great little rookie run, and now she's not even doing. Now she's nowhere.
She jobbed to Tiffany this week on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Ass. So we all said Io, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right. So the next match, as told by WrestleMania Sunday, told by Emil, this show actually gets the official name. Now it's AJ and Logan. This is their second match. AJ's
Can
their
I
second match.
can I start with this? Can I actually talk about
I don't know
this
the
one?
story of this, so please.
There isn't a story.
Okay.
It's like it was Logan Paul calls out AJ Styles. AJ Styles calls out Logan Paul. Logan Paul calls out AJ Styles. A match is made. Logan Paul's fucking gone. Like he hasn't been seen in like 2 weeks. I will get to your question. Enter Karrion Kross. Karrion Kross carries the story on his fucking back. Karrion Kross deserves this fucking match.
Karrion Kross deserves
Logan
to be
Paul
at WrestleMania.
doesn't deserve this fucking match.
No.
Does not deserve it. Karrion Kross deserves it way more than Logan. He carried the story when Logan did not want to show up. I understand he probably wasn't asked to show up. It's WWE, whatever. But still, Karrion Kross carried this feud, and Karrion Kross doesn't get a WrestleMania match, and that's bullshit. Karrion Kross should be in this, but Logan Paul's gonna win, and that fucking sucks.
I don't care. I might go take a shit during this match.
I really want AJ to win.
I might go get really drunk during this match.
I mean, the match is gonna be great.
Is there a
I
drinking
think.
game for this match?
There probably will be.
There probably will be.
I'm playing.
Who's in the prime bottle?
Oh.
So we've had
point.
who? Speed?
We had
Speed,
We had KSI.
KSI.
So
far.
What's his name? Oh my god.
And Mr. Beast is my pick.
Yeah, has Mr. Beast been there yet?
Could be Kai.
No. Could be Kai Cenat.
That's who I was thinking of. Kai.
Okay.
I don't
Kai
think Kai has been in the suit yet.
Yeah, Kai Cenat.
Yeah.
Kai Cenat.
All right, you're
For
going.
sure.
You're going Kai. I'm going Mr. Beast. They're already business partners with like Lunchley and all that. So
Yusuf, you got to bet.
I'm going
Yusuf,
to
you don't know
say-
streamers. I don't know streamers.
also
I
your
don't-
match prediction again because I think we cut you off before you got to say it, so I apologize.
Are we still talking about AJ and Logan, right?
All right, next man. No, I'm just kidding.
Come on,
yes,
lock
yes,
in.
we are.
Lock
Karrion
in.
Yes, we
Kross. No, AJ. Who
Karrion
the fuck?
Kross won?
Yeah. AJ wins. LOL. I don't want Logan Paul defeating my good.
I want to go with that take, but that
my
take might be
soccer mom
wrong.
haircut. Hero AJ Styles. If Logan wins, I'm just gonna be so annoyed. Like
I
genuinely,
agree.
If Logan wins that match, I might just stop watching Mania until the main event.
It's the easiest paycheck, the easiest fucking story he's ever had. A story he didn't even have to fucking tell.
A story I swear to God, has like, what was it, last week? I was like looking through the card and I just see AJ Styles versus Logan Paul, and I'm like, I know I haven't been catching up with the product for a while because I've been busy. When the fuck did this happen? I'm like, how did we get here?
On at 3 p.m.
Yeah, that too.
I will say, Karrion, they brought back his OG theme, his OG entrance.
That was great.
And
I do love that they did.
That just makes me really hope he gets a match. I hope he wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal.
I hope he then uses
Logan...
that momentum to force himself into a match at Mania.
I appreciate Logan Paul as a pro wrestler. Obviously, the person is who he is. I appreciate a lot of things they do with Logan Paul. I don't think I can go through a single Logan Paul segment without laughing at something that he says or does. So he's doing his job for me. Him not being there every week and taking the easy route is part of the character. So that totally makes sense to me. So that doesn't piss me off either. Logan's winning this match. The goal is Logan. Logan's a 27-year-old. He's getting this big match with somebody who can carry him through a match. A 45-year-old AJ Styles. Like, no, AJ has no reason to go over here. It's Logan Paul. Stop kidding yourself.
Yeah, I'd like to hijack this to get to the next match real quick, because it's a match that's not listed on this list because it was once on the card but is no longer, and the rumor is we're going to get a new match involving this story on SmackDown this week, and that is Randy Orton versus TBD. Randy Orton was supposed to face Kevin Owens, but obviously, if you've been following the product, Kevin Owens went down with a neck injury that he did not know about. It is nothing super severe. That's like career ending. That's guaranteed. It's nothing that impedes on his motor functions and things, but he has to undergo surgery that could have him out for an extended period of time or could end his career. So we wish him well. But that leaves Randy Orton without a WrestleMania opponent. And the rumors are swirling that it will be Nick Aldis. And you all are so cute because that is not fucking happening. They would not have Nick Aldis face Randy Orton in a singles match off of 2 weeks of build.
Why not?
Because
AJ and Logan could have been 2 weeks of build, honestly.
It was
the way
not.
they've been doing.
It's been unfortunately.
What about this women's tag team match? That was 2 weeks.
Doesn't matter. Nick Aldis is a GM.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Former wrestler, NWA champion. That's different. The women's tag team division is ass. Nick Aldis is the same age as most of the guys in their prime right now. Former NWA champion. He has all the tools to be a wrestler, but they decided to put him in a suit and make him a GM instead. And yeah, if they want to bring him out into the wrestling ring, it's going to be a bigger deal than that, I think. But I think they are going to have him wrestle. But I don't think it's going to be a singles match against Orton. I think the match is going to be a tag match. They hinted to it on SmackDown. I think it's going to be Orton and Nick Aldis against Solo and Tama Tonga. And Orton and Aldis are going to win.
That's a worse choice. Just do the singles match.
I'd rather it just be a gauntlet.
Orton wins no matter what.
Just do the singles match.
Orton
still wins.
I would seriously rather they see. Wow, English today. The situation where Aldis is just like, all right, fuck it, Randy. I'm gonna put you in a gauntlet match of a bunch of random ass fucking people, and we're just gonna go through it. And Randy's gonna like breeze by, be like, all right, easy, whatever. Why did you make this sound so serious? And then Nick Aldis goes, oh yeah, because the last opponent's me. Then you do it, but you have like 3 guys before that.
So the Sunday conspicuously has 1 match missing from it. Right now it is 7 on Saturday and 6 on Sunday. So I am inclined to agree that this Randy versus TBD match will happen. However, how is it not a big deal, and how does it not get a bunch of fanfare? We know exactly who Nick Aldis is. We know exactly how.
When did I say it's not going to get fanfare?
You just said he deserves something bigger. This is the biggest thing you could possibly do with Nick Aldis in a match right now.
The story needs to be bigger.
There's already a story there. So the whole fine thing, that was like funny. that. There's continuity there.
It's different.
No,
it's not a story. It's not a story. That's normal GM things that they do to superstars that go out of line.
Much.
You're grasping at straws. You're reaching. You're reaching.
Son.
You're
this
reaching.
Rey Mysterio El Grande match is bullshit.
It's
this
a great
doesn't
story.
Need to be on the card.
It's actually
not.
A good story. It's not a great story, but it's actually a good mid-card story.
I'm actually way more intrigued by a Randy and Nick Aldis thing than I am of a Rey and El Grande match.
That's great.
You're telling me that's not more intriguing?
I'm not saying it's not. I'm saying that a match with that much intrigue deserves a story big enough to go with it.
Look, man, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it is what it is, man. Seth Rollins had the feud with nobody just to get Cody back here.
I'm not going to be mad if it happens, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I think Nick Aldis deserves it. If we're not going to do,
I think he does too. I'm not saying he doesn't.
So then, what are we saying here? I think that's the match.
Okay, cool.
Putting them in a tag
You're
team
creating
match
an
with
argument,
random
but it's
bloodline
fine.
is random.
It's not random. Did you watch the product? They literally had a segment on SmackDown this past week.
I'm not doing that. All right.
Okay.
Anyway, we're moving on. So, Yusuf says AJ Styles, and me and you say Logan Paul. And then that Randy TBD match, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. As we move forward, I forgot what I opened with. Oh, okay. I know where we are. All right. So, in this card now, we do need to start ramping things up. So this is where the Sin City Street fight will happen.
Yep. I'd agree.
Yawn. It is what it is. I don't care for either of these people.
This match this feud actually has started to cook recently, and I'm actually excited about it.
There's just nothing here to grasp onto. For what? Why are we here? We should have.
Dude,
I don't.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Literally last year, all of last year, while Damian was world champion and Drew was gunning for it, and Drew had the title and Damian won it.
And then he spent the rest
That's
of the year
Drew's
going after
character.
CM
What are
Punk.
you complaining about? You liked it when it wasn't Damian.
I did.
Just say it's Damian and move on.
It is.
Okay, cool, but don't hate the match for it. At least Drew's there.
No, I'll still hate it.
Drew's gonna get the win. Well, fuck you.
I hope. Honestly, I don't know if he's gonna get the win, but maybe.
Nah, Drew is winning.
Wow, what a fall from grace for.
And it's gonna be fun.
Damian Priest.
It's gonna be fun.
This is gonna be the random cameo match.
Is it?
How?
Like the random Las Vegas. Like there'll be a Raider there. Maybe Max Crosby shows up.
Maybe
No.
Max Crosby shows up.
Dude, you think this is the match and not Rey Mysterio El Grande?
What if Max Crosby just comes out and kills him?
Good.
I don't
You
even
don't
know who that
Max
is.
Crosby is.
I don't
Yeah,
even
he
know who
doesn't
that
know
is.
who Max Crosby is. So.
Yusuf, what if Max Crosby just comes out and kills somebody?
I mean, I could very much see that. I don't think for this match, but I would like a Max Crosby cameo at some point.
All right, now
We're
who
in
is Max
Vegas.
Crosby?
What else do we do?
Or Brock Bowers.
Okay, I know Brock Bowers.
Brock Powell.
That's hilarious.
Max Crosby's the bigger star, so probably Max Crosby.
Facts.
Love it.
Yeah.
LOL. Well, Brock Bowers was on my fantasy team once, so
Anyway, this will definitely be a match,
that Drew will win.
and it's a street fight.
And if he
because
doesn't, then why?
because now we've started leaning into the insert name of city here street fight at Manias.
Ah, yes.
Oh, hold up. Wait a minute.
You're not ready for the Sin City street fight?
Last time we had the Philly street fight.
True.
Yeah.
Are we feeling good here with that match?
With
Why?
what?
Because
Why?
I have a point I want to bring up that's off topic.
Is it the point that got
Why?
in Drew's eye?
No, it's the the Orton thing. I just have a
Oh.
point to bring up.
Okay.
Where is Sheamus on this card?
Yawn.
Yeah.
Give me Orton
where is
Sheamus.
Sheamus?
Fuck it.
Who cares? Sheamus is nowhere near the IC title, so he shouldn't.
So he
Be anywhere.
could be Orton's opponent.
No, he could just be nowhere. If he's not going for the IC
Bro,
title in his Grand Slam, then I
Sheamus
don't wanna
off
see
the
him.
card, and you're not at least a little mad. That's crazy.
Why would I be mad?
Because Sheamus is a fucking future Hall of Famer, a legend.
Okay, that doesn't mean he needs or deserves to be on the card. I haven't seen him all year.
That's crazy. Doesn't matter.
I haven't seen him since
He
Saturday
wants to
Night's Main
compete.
Event.
He literally wants to wrestle. He wants a match.
All right, so give him a match after WrestleMania. Give him a match on
Right.
Raw. Make him a return.
Whatever. Next match.
All right, as told by me, that would put us at the IC title match.
What?
Wait, no. Where
Yeah.
am I?
You're at the women's tag team title match, sir. There's the women's tag
Honestly?
title, the IC, and then the undisputed.
Honestly, no. I'm gonna stay right where I was because I think that women's
That
tag team
is
match is gonna.
crazy.
So
Overruled.
no,
Veto.
Here's my reasoning for this. Why? Because right now, this IC title match is kind of hot, kind of interesting, kind of intriguing, and no one hates no one's gonna hate whoever leaves with the belt, right?
Yeah.
So that means everybody's gonna be interested and intrigued. We have to calm down before going into Cena. and
Yeah,
Cody.
we need a
We
burner
have
match.
to calm
You know
down.
what?
We
I will
need
say
a piss
this.
break.
No,
We need a piss
seriously,
break.
Tyler. Think of. Okay, I get it. You wanted to like, as much as my brain would love, because I would love the idea of going IC title into the undisputed title match because you have the most chaotic IC fatal four way we've had in years, lead into one of the biggest main events in Mania history. However, because this IC title four way is going to be so fucking chaotic with Penta, Braun, Finn and fucking Mustache Boy over there, right?
Facts.
There needs to be a bit of a break. Like
Also,
cards like this
There will
need-
be. It's the video packages before the title match.
No.
Literally last
there
year.
should- there
no,
needs
literally.
to be like a cedar. There needs to be literally. Look, okay. Let me tell you this. Okay, I have to use the other company we don't like as the example here, right? Even fucking those guys were smart enough not to do Omega Ospreay and Okada Danielson back to back.
Well, duh.
That's my point.
They're two different matches. They're like two different vibes. Okay.
Well,
look at WrestleMania 40.
I did.
Look
I am actually no. So Tyler's point does actually make sense.
Look at
here, how
WrestleMania 40.
They went
WrestleMania 40.
They went straight from Io and Bailey into the
Yeah,
title match.
and they
All
had
right, fair
video
enough.
packages recapping 4 months
Fair
of
enough.
TV. They
Fair
had
enough.
10-minute entrances
All right,
a piece.
all right,
5-minute
fair.
introduction.
I got you. I hear you. But let's call it like it is. This IC title match is not the women's title match.
Wait, what?
I
The
think
women's
there's
world title
more-
match should be here.
I
But we opened with it because you
I
fucked
think
up
we're
your
opening
order.
with that. So I think.
Oh, shit.
So my reasoning again is something hot at the beginning, right? Because
Yeah.
again, we're gonna walk.
And that's
into because we're gonna walk into the drizzling shits by the time it's the main event, right? So, and a bunch of confusing bullshit. So
I think you could
we're-
open with the IC title, to be honest.
We could. So my other concept of this is right. One, this IC title match is way more fun and way more intriguing and has way more people who are probably invested than an Io Bailey match. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
That's my.
I
opinion
don't really
now.
care to fight about it. I'm here to predict about it.
So we're predicting the order of the card. It is what it is, right? It is what it is, right?
It's
Because we all
WrestleMania predictions, not WrestleMania match card predictions. Just kidding.
whatever.
I'm just playing.
Plus, we know with any luck, this main event is going to be an hour and no longer. But
I hope it's
Depend-
not an hour.
depending
I
on
also
what we
hope it's
do
not an
and
hour.
who's showing up and what the fuck is happening, story wise, there could be a 10-minute segment before. There could be a 10-minute segment after. We
Yeah,
really
Mania
don't know what's
last year
going
there
on.
was a 10-minute segment after.
So we really don't know what's going on around here. So I'm going to go with the safe choice of putting a thing that no one really cares about that'll be within 10 minutes before the main event, where everybody can go take a shit. Because nobody's going to want to miss a second of what's happening in that main event. So that's my version of why I'm putting it in the second.
You want people
This-
to take a shit in those bathrooms?
I'm talking about for me.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Anyway, so this IC title match, anyone can win and nobody will be mad at whoever wins. And
Except Finn Balor.
We're going to be mad at Finn Balor wins?
Yes.
Why?
I'm
That's
not.
what they're building towards.
Why?
They are not building toward that. They're not building towards that.
Well, they're building towards Dom.
But that's not happening either.
Why?
Because Finn and
Why do
Dom
we not, why
Finn
do we
and
not
Dom
deserve nice things?
Finn and Dom does not need a title.
Why do we not deserve nice things?
Because there's Penta. Cero miedo.
I'm going to be honest with you. Pass.
I'm gonna be honest with
At
you.
this exact
L
minute,
take.
pass.
L take.
Because he really is kind of just said zero, whatever, right? He did his thing, and now all of a sudden he's in an IC title match at Mania, and all of a sudden he's just going to LOL win. I don't know how I feel about
I'm sorry.
that.
Have you seen his matches? Have you seen his win-loss record? Have you seen?
He's undefeated.
Wins and
right now,
losses
last I
matter.
checked. He has one loss
He
right now.
has
and
one
that
loss. Yeah,
He has one loss right now, right? And it's a tag match, if I'm not mistaken, right?
correct. I believe so.
Congratulations. He can do a fucking destroyer, and he can jump off top ropes and do a fucking jumping senton. Like, all right, like, so can half the roster. Like he's good. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's good, but he's doing the same thing that everybody else is doing. Like, I'm sorry, that is what it is. Penta does the same thing that Rey Mysterio does.
That's bruh. You are out of line. You are out of pocket.
I'm out of line.
You are
I'm out of line.
generally.
Does Rey
You would
Mysterio not do a
genuinely
diving
out
senton
of
over the
pocket.
ropes.
No, he's too old. He's too old.
It was Rey Mysterio at one point capable of doing a diving senton.
Yeah.
out of the
Was
ropes.
it 2 decades ago? Yeah.
Does Jey Uso do one like every other week?
Does he mess it up?
Once.
I know. I love Jay. However, no. I think that.
Did Top Dollar do one?
Oh God. I think that. Let's break it down, right? Braun Breaker is going in as the champion. Braun Breaker could retain that. That is not out of the realm of possibility.
Facts.
That is also pretty cool that Braun would get
Yes.
that. Braun is fucking great. However, look at who the world champion will be coming out of WrestleMania.
We
Jey
really
Uso,
don't know.
we need to stack the deck with faces. We need to with heels. Sorry, we need to stack the deck with main event heels.
Braun's a heel?
He's a tweener, which means he can fill whatever role they want him to.
He's a face.
He's a tweener, but okay. There are no faces and heels in wrestling, Emil. Come on. What a
So
scrub.
then why do we need to stack with heels?
Because Jay is a mega baby face. There is no heel.
What? What? Did I short circuit?
No, I'm just fucking with you.
Okay.
Nah, but in my opinion, I think that Braun Breaker is that person that could go after the world title against Jey Uso. Dominic Mysterio, probably my second choice to win this match. Braun would be my third, and it's very close. Dom is my second, and it's very close from second to first. The only reason why I don't think Dom wins is because this story that's being told in this Fatal 4-Way is all about Dom versus Finn Balor, and I just don't think that feud needs a title. I really don't. It's like Finn and Damian. Would that feud have been better with the title? No, it would not have been. It would not have been. It had the title, and it was ass. We saw it, and Gunther was there too, and he was the champion. And
Gunther was there too.
That's what I'm saying.
The champion was there.
That's what I'm saying, and it was ass. And now
it was mid.
Penta coming out of WrestleMania as the Intercontinental Champion is a fresh face. Penta gets a WrestleMania moment. It's the stamp of approval for WWE to say, we are behind this guy, because they have never gotten firmly behind a luchador since Rey Mysterio or since El Grande Americano. But, however, Finn Balor ain't winning shit. Finn Balor's taking the pin. He ain't called Pin Balor for nothing. So, therefore, I'm not...
10 years of Pin Balor.
10 years of pin. But that being said, long story less long, as Emil likes to say. I wouldn't knock anybody for saying Dom will win this. I will not be upset if Dom wins this. I won't be upset if Braun wins this. I won't be upset if Finn wins this, except he's eaten too many pins. However, Penta is my pick. Cero miedo.
Yusuf?
My heart says Penta. My brain says Dominic. I think it'd be hilarious if Dominic steals a win here. Right?
Yes.
I think it'd be fun.
Yeah.
Because, Braun is more than likely on track for the world title. Penta, here's the thing. I do love me some Pentagon. I love me some Pentagon. But, even if he doesn't win, that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Because he's still over his shit. It doesn't really do much. You put it on Dom. Here's the fun thing, right? You have to think about not just the immediate feud after Mania, but you have to think of the potential influx it would cause after the fact. Penta wins. Okay, cool. He's now got a target, a proper target on his back. You set up Penta versus El Grande Americano. Someone, right? You have that idea. If Dominic Mysterio wins the IC title, you have the immediate thought is Finn Balor versus Dom. You don't have to make it for the title, but whatever, right? But you also realize that now that Dom has the title, you have all the makings of just shenaniganery bullshit and just whatever the fuck you want. Because Dom can just go full Eddie Guerrero and dick around for a while with the IC title.
We're doing tomfoolery within the Judgment Day, right? Because it also leads into the next match, which Liv will retain. It will make the couple have a title together, which will just piss off Finn even more, which will, we've been doing the Fractured Judgment Day for a year. Maybe one day they'll actually all kind of go and do their own thing. We obviously have Judgment Day A and Judgment Day B. So let's stop that and just have...
I have a question regarding the next match.
Okay. So my next match is going to be the cool down, which is going to be Liv and Raquel versus Bayley and Lyra.
Before
which is the worst setup ever.
Before we move on, I just want to make a quick take about the IC match. Not my pick. However, people that are in favor of Dom winning have hypothesized that this elusive new member of the Judgment Day will make their appearance and help Dom win.
Oh, yeah. Right.
Yawn.
Cool. All right. Yusuf, what's your question?
They have announced that on the pre-show of Stand and Deliver on Saturday morning. No, seriously, hold on.
At 6 a.m.
At 6 a.m. probably. There will be
6 a.m.
There will be a fatal 4-way women's tag match between Metaphor, Fatal Influence, Gigi Dolan and Tatum Paxley, and Cora and Roxanne The winners will be the number 1 contenders for the women's tag titles.
Okay.
Is that for after Mania?
I'm assuming
Yes.
so.
I'm assuming so. I was like, what? Where'd this come from? I was confused because I thought Bailey and Lyra won, right? Which, by the way, Lyra not having an actual singles titles match, despite them hyping out this fucking mid-card title. Lame.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. It's a mid-card title for a reason.
Yep, that's fair.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Both of the boys' mid-card titles got on the show.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. I know.
I'm gonna keep it a
just
buck.
long- so
Liv
so
wins,
stay
I'll
But
consistent
I'm gonna
with that
keep it a
opinion,
buck.
please.
The women's roster is not nearly as deep as the men's.
I don't care. There's stories that are there. You could have built
I would
something
like
with
to
Chelsea
keep
Green.
it- I would
Chelsea
love
Green
to-
is cooking right now.
Wow, I would love
Well,
to
yeah.
see Chelsea Green versus Meechin and BFAB. Wow, I'm so excited.
Ugh.
Hey,
I would
man,
like to keep
it's
it
a story.
at
Do you want
a
them
quarter.
to have stories or not?
Fuck it, throw it on the
Oh,
kickoff
yeah.
show.
You could have
Yeah.
had that instead of the AJ Logan match.
No,
No.
You could have had that instead
No.
of the Ray El Grande match.
No.
no.
Y'all are bugging, man.
Gracias.
Man, you only like the Ray and El Grande match for the memes. You don't actually want the match.
Yeah, because
Don't
I'm
trick me.
entertained. That's what this
Don't
is
trick
about.
me. Don't
Being
trick me.
entertained.
Don't trick me. All right, so then where's this entertainment in the Logan and AJ match? Because ain't none
The
of
match
that.
itself is gonna
They're gonna
fucking
be
cook.
flying. They're gonna cook. They're
Oh,
gonna
my
fly
fault.
everywhere.
So we're okay with not being entertained because it's going to be entertaining in the moment when we could have been entertained going up to it and been entertained in the moment. My fault.
Yeah, but what
I
if we're
didn't know.
entertained going up to it and it's not entertaining in the moment?
I'm not gonna lie.
So
If
you
it's,
mean like this main event?
I'm not gonna
Well-
lie. Zelina and Chelsea doesn't really entertain me. The prospect doesn't entertain me as a WrestleMania feud. Sorry.
Neither does Ray and El Grande.
Nah, you haven't been watching Raw apparently.
El Grande as a character is very entertaining. Yes, I understand that. I'm rolling. I'm here with you.
And it means
What I'm-
that not Chad Gable will get a Mania match.
What I'm not intrigued by is the fact that they can just say, "Hey, can I have this?" And the general manager just goes, "Yeah, sure, I guess." For what? Okay. My fault. It's Adam Pearce though. It's not Nick Aldis. Adam Pearce doesn't use logic.
Yeah, as if Rey Mysterio, the 25-year fucking former world champ veteran, doesn't
Needed
deserve
a
a
match.
WrestleMania match.
I was actually going to go with he doesn't need a match.
I mean,
because he's there doesn't mean we have to get a match. He doesn't do anything for 6 months out of the year except for WrestleMania and SummerSlam now. And all
bro,
of a
he's
sudden
literally
he
been
deserves
there.
random
He's
matches.
literally been there, whether you like it or not. He's been there. I haven't liked it either, but he's been there. And LWO recently, kind of cooking. Listen, Hat Guy, No Hat Guy, Dragon Lee, and Rey Mysterio have been cooking.
Not hat guy, no hat guy. All right, here we go. This is what we're all paying $60 for if we're not on the network. If we're not on the cock.
If we ain't bouncing on that thing.
Undisputed WWE Championship. Cody Rhodes, John Cena again. So now that we have talked about Punk about 35 minutes ago, 35 minutes later, I'm going to come back to this take. I can't pick because I don't know what we're doing.
Dog, I'm going to keep it a buck. You can't just not pick the main event. That is
I don't
kind
know
of
what we're
trash.
doing.
That is kind of a
I don't
cop-out.
know what we're doing.
What is the point?
I don't because okay. So again, we've done this right. So we've gone. All right. So let's start at the beginning, and that means we got to go back last year.
Say what you think. Like the point of predictions is to say what you think is going
All
to
right,
happen.
let's talk about the things that did happen before we talk about the things that we think are going to happen. The things that did happen, right? Cody won the belt at WrestleMania 40. That has now happened a year and a week ago, I think by date. Right?
Fire weekend.
Fantastic, right? The whole reason Cody got to this point is because he lost 2 years ago, and then we had to do the whole redemption arc. We did the whole redemption arc. The Rock came in and tried to ruin everything, right? So then The Rock turned heel. That was our big Legends heel turn for the decade. And then we go through all of Mania 40. Cody gets his moment, a la Cody. You like that one? That was good. Cody Rhodes then goes and has a year-long title reign. We are now a year and 10 days, I do believe, to the date of this exact podcast of him having the title. I do believe we're at 375 days. No? Something like that. Give or take. We are about 1,000 days away from the Roman number.
Cody's at 371 days.
I was close. We're about 1,000 days off from the Roman number. That ain't happening. Sorry, Cody. That ain't happening.
It's not happening again for a long time.
No, that's the whole point, right? So now we have made it to the Royal Rumble. John Cena comes back. He's announced his actually, we made it to Money in the Bank of 2024. John Cena comes back. He announces his retirement tour and then leaves again.
I mean, he did say it was starting in 2025, so
whatever. John Cena comes back in 2025 to once again announce his retirement tour again on Raw Netflix. Did y'all know Raw was on Netflix? I'm burying the lead. Cena enters the Royal Rumble. Cena loses the Royal Rumble. Cena says, I'm entering the chamber. I'm entering the chamber because it's best for business. Okay. Good talk, Cena. Thanks. I'll see you at the chamber, because he did not show up again for another 28 days. After that, Cena wins the chamber. Cool. I'm rolling. Our main event is Cena and Rhodes in the biggest face-off of faces off. Word. Got you. Cody decides not to sell his soul to The Rock, because remember, The Rock had to come and insert himself again after announcing that New Orleans had WrestleMania. So let's backtrack. 2 weeks before Elimination Chamber. 2 weeks before the Elimination Chamber, Cody and The Rock have segments. They have conversation. They speak words to each other. These words don't make a lot of sense, but they do speak words to each other.
they
yes?
say words and the other listens and then they respond.
That is how a promo works. And Rock goes in the end, I want your soul. Cody Rhodes. Bring me that ass.
Oh. I think you're watching the wrong version.
We go to Elimination Chamber. Cena wins the chamber. Rock comes out with Travis Scott. That's an important fact that hasn't been mentioned at all. Travis Scott comes out along with The Rock. Travis Scott smoking weed in the ring.
No, he was burning sage.
Oh, don't give me that. He was smoking weed.
No, he was literally burning sage
Sage
at
my
Elimination
ass.
Chamber. He was waving it around. He wasn't smoking that shit. That'd be the biggest waste
was-
of marijuana I've ever seen. Who are we kidding?
You're not wrong, but also whatever.
Jesus.
So
He's getting everyone secondhand
we're
high.
So we're chilling in the Rogers Center. Travis Scott is smoking weed in the ring. The Rock is there, Cody is there, and John Cena is there. Cody tells Rock to go fuck himself.
Unbleeped.
Uncensored. Me and Yusuf were there. It was awesome. Awesome. Cena daps him up, stares daggers at The Rock, and if you were there live, you missed it until it happened. He kicks him in the dick. All right, cool. Let's fast forward a little bit. So then Cena's not there for the next 2 weeks. Cena then shows up to do the nice little European house show tour because he couldn't grace America with his presence. And he goes on a tirade about the fans. Cena is now heel at this point. Cena is the bad guy, which is supposed to be the biggest heel turn of the millennium. Yeah, I'll take it. The millennium, right? All right. I had to think for a second. So now here we are, right? They've gone back and forth. They've yapped. Cody's gimmick is that he's a fan, or he has his gimmick on his neck or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Cena can't wrestle, blah, blah, blah. And now we're here. We are here. We are on April 20th, 420. Ironically enough, we're doing this on 420, the day that Travis Scott apparently really loves because he can't stop burning sage in the middle of our ring.
And also Easter Sunday, which is hysterical. But
What an amazing cross section of events.
right,
There's so
Right.
much happening right now.
so much.
Did I do a good job? Did I make it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I
Alright.
love that I
So-
realize now before we actually talk about this match?
I'm
I
done.
love that for the two major moments of this feud. Shut your fucking mouth. One of you was here for when Cena made his announcement. The other was here for the turn. I just thought that was really funny.
I was at the bathroom.
Yes, you were.
Unfortunate.
Very. I was like, oh, nothing's going to happen in this segment. It's between the two worst matches of the night. It's fine.
His music hits. I look
fuck.
beside me. I'm like, where
John
the fuck
Cena
is Tyler?
sucks.
Yeah, that sucked. That sucked for
Alright.
me.
So
Anyway.
here we go. So this is why I can't make a call, right? And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to stay right there. I know it's a prediction show. I know that's ass. I know that's not what we want to hear. But this is where I'm at, right? So there's too much going on. Right now, right, if we go back about 40 minutes, we remember that CM Punk was talking a lot of shit, trying to get himself into the Rock match, That's important here. I want to believe.
I don't
that's
think he
important.
talked enough shit to justify it.
He didn't talk enough shit to justify it because the internet didn't grab onto it. I'm again gonna.
Yeah, the internet grabbed onto it before they actually played it off on
I'm
TV.
gonna roll
That's
with this
true.
conspiracy theory
Yeah.
a little bit, right? So I'm gonna roll with this conspiracy theory a little bit.
So you're making shit up. Great.
No, I'm predicting.
No, you're not. You said
You
you're
wanted
not.
me to
You said you're
predict.
not predicting.
No, I'm okay. Fair enough. Semantics. So if CM Punk wins, then what, right? So if CM Punk decides to enter himself into this little thing, who's he helping? What's he doing? Where's he going? Probably Cody. But then again, if Cody wins this, we're bearing which is the greatest heel turn of the millennium. We're basically making the biggest heel turn worthless. Also, this heel turn is already marred by the fact that he's supposed to be playing second fiddle to The Rock. Supposed to be. But we haven't mentioned The Rock. Where's The Rock? The Rock's going to come in to the entire show and enter Las Vegas at about 5:45 local time. Like, it is what it is. So by 11 o'clock, if you're watching on the East Coast, right, The Rock will be out here somewhere doing Rock things. Again, what are we doing here? There's a lot of theories going around that people are wondering what Cody Rhodes is doing. Is Cody Rhodes actually, is there a whole bigger play going on here? Something here doesn't feel right. Cody Rhodes losing doesn't do anything for your biggest face, if that's the goal, to keep him your biggest face. Cody Rhodes losing and becoming a heel, then who's your biggest face? What's going on? Who's the face at all? If Cena is getting played by Cody and Rock, then all three of them are heels, and Cena has to then work back his trust with the fans to become a babyface again. Again, why? There's a whole list of options here that doesn't make sense. Something here is weird. Let's talk about the other thing in the triple threat match. So the other conversation is that Rollins and Heyman are going to get together, and Rollins and Heyman are going to go jump into this match as well.
This is coming from the guy who said he wasn't predicting, by the way.
I'm saying internet theories right now. These are theories. These are predictions that people are making, right? I'm playing the straight man right now. What are we doing? Where does that go? What is Rollins doing? Who is Rollins aligning with The Rock? Because that needs to get explained, because he just spent the whole last WrestleMania season trying to save the industry from The Rock, to then go give the industry to The Rock. Make it make sense. There's a lot going on here. Go ahead.
If you want the safe answer from me, the safe answer is Cena wins. That's it. Cena wins. Rock shows up at the end to anoint Cena as the champion, and to tell Cody one more time to get the fuck out of The Rock's ring. If you want the fun answer, my fun prediction is this is all a ruse. Cena's been played. Rock comes out for the first time in months, because why hasn't Rock been there? Because Cena is not really his guy. Cody and Rock have been planning this since before Elimination Chamber. Because think about it. Back at Royal Rumble.
They're friends.
Back at Royal Rumble. Yeah, they are friends. They drink tequila together.
Yeah.
Think back to the Royal Rumble as well. The Royal Rumble, you guys were all saying Cody's about to turn heel. I'm not trying to put words in your mouth, so I'm from, and correct me if I'm wrong, correct the record if I'm wrong, but you guys had said this is Codelander. Not we're getting there. This is Codelander. Not saying like I'm not saying that you're saying Cody turn heel, but this is Codelander. This is the character. Whether he's heel or not is a different story. Now, and then after that, and Kevin Owens brought out the dark side of Cody. Now after that, we get to Elimination Chamber. What's one thing Cody did that The Rock did that no one else can do? Swear, uncensored, on TV. The Rock did it. Cody did it. Anybody else? Can anyone name someone else on the roster who was able to do that? I can't.
No, and they're being intentional with people who should be doing it.
Correct.
Punk, Seth, Cena.
Correct.
And Roman.
Correct. But no one's dropped a full fuck. A full F-bomb.
Well, Solo almost did. Solo almost blew up the whole play.
You're right. But think about it. Cody's getting special treatment. Cody has brought out darker sides of his character. Cody came out in a dark green suit. It wasn't black, but it was very close. And Rock's been nowhere to be found. Maybe maybe the Elimination Chamber thing was planned between Rock and Cena and Travis Scott for some reason. But maybe Rock had another play ready to go. Maybe Cody had another play ready to go. I don't know how you plan, how Rock and Cody could plan Cena turning on Cody. I really don't. But they could do it. They could, even if it's after Elimination Chamber. But they could have a scenario where Rock comes out and somehow helps Cody, or Cody just kicks Cena in the dick, and Cody turns heel, wins the title. And where does this leave? Retains the title. Rock anoints Cody as the golden boy, as he wanted to do to begin with, as he did on Raw Netflix. And where does this leave Cena? This leaves Cena spending the rest of his retirement tour, earning back the trust of the fans. He's going on a redemption tour, redemption journey, hero's journey. We get the double turn of the century, which we love. I know how much y'all love double turns as well. And Cena works his way back to the good graces of the fans, and we end the year, maybe not even ending the year. We get SummerSlam, Cody heel versus John Cena babyface again for the WWE title, and Cena wins. And he drops it again at the end of the year to somebody else. Preferably not named Cody Rhodes.
I am still muted. There we go. I was muted. Think of it like this. The easy answer is John. John wins. Because how else do you justify turning the biggest babyface heel in the biggest heel turn of this century without him winning at Mania? Because if he loses, then it feels like a lot of this was a waste. The pulling of the trigger was a waste, right? It's a blank bullet. There's nothing in there. The whole Cody side with Dwayne thing, there's an argument for it, right? Like, maybe this has been the thing the whole time, things like that. The problem with that is, if that's the case, it's gonna, here's the thing, how do I word this? I've been tripping over my words. If you turn Cody heel, he's actually been siding with Baldy the whole time, right? And then John goes, I've been played, blah, blah, blah. John kind of already became the most hated man in the company over last month, right? Cutting those promos. This is a breakup. This is blah, blah, blah. So now you want a long-term redemption story to try and recover that? Because now, and I get it, right? It's always a mixed reaction with Jonathan Felix Anthony Cena, or however his middle name goes. Let's go Cena, Cena sucks. Let's go Cena. No, if this happens, it's going to be Cena, you're a fucking hypocrite. Cool, you got played. We're not going to feel any fucking sympathy for you, for what you said about the fans. The people that, yes, did boo you for fucking 20 years, but also did support you. All these fans were there for you, John. Yeah, we were annoyed at times, but the fans were still there for you. And now all of a sudden you find out you've been played by Dwayne, and you're going, I'm so sorry, please forgive me. This is my redemption, and I need to find a way to get 17. No! Fuck that.
But maybe that's the point.
Maybe that is the point. Maybe that's the point. Who knows? Because at this point, unless he says otherwise, John's done in December. Are we willing to go through a 8-month redemption arc for John? Or are we just going to do the other idea of biggest heel turn in the company, wins belt at Mania, and he does exactly what he said he was going to do. I'm going to hold the belt hostage until someone is able to take him down. And there's plenty of guys to do that. Because also, you have to think about the next 8 months, right? With all the PLEs. Money. They like the buy rates.
Is that more intriguing?
Right.
Does that work for the future? So going off of Tyler's thing, because me and Tyler kind of snowballed this one when we
did workshop this a little bit.
We workshopped this one a little bit. The end result, unfortunately, might turn into heel turn, right turn, my turn, Cena Rock 3.
Pass.
Hold on. No.
Pass.
No. Hold on. No. Before you say anything, Tim. Thank you for the Shannon Sharp reference. But no, absolutely not. Because who wants Cena Rock 3 at this point?
I just dumped you so hard. You weren't ready for that one.
Cena Rock 3.
Man. Oh, man. I'm just like, my only argument to that, Yusuf, because that is a great point. Like, how does Cena come back from that? And that is a good point. I thought about it myself. The only thing I can say is The Rock is the final boss for a reason. He's the most hated man.
Okay,
If
then you go
anyone
Cody
is against
versus
The Rock, then
Then you go Cody versus Cena versus Dwayne.
Oh, pass.
Right.
Cody,
exactly.
Dwayne, Cena, Roman.
Oh, no.
Cody, Dwayne, Cena.
Cody, Dwayne, Cena, Roman, Punk. Cody, Dwayne,
That's
Cena,
too
Roman,
many
Punk, Rollins.
Thank
That's
you.
too many
Six-pack
people.
challenge.
Six-pack, Armageddon, Hell in a Cell.
Oh God.
Wait, but dead ass though.
No.
Oh,
Oh wait, you might have done something.
Uh,
No,
with
so,
Paul
okay.
Heyman in a shark cage.
Okay. So
There
so
it
let's
is.
look at it like this, right? So if we're gonna have Cena really work his ass off, and if Cena is really gonna act his ass off, right? What's the more intriguing thing? Like, do we want to keep seeing Cena be a heel for the rest of this time? Personally, I'm cool. This is enough. If this is what we're doing for the next 6 months, I'm cool.
He will turn face by the end, regardless
And he's
of
going
what
to become
happens.
a face anyway. So I like the idea of him doing the redemption story a lot more than I like him flipping the switch.
At that point, you think about what you have for
This
possibility.
isn't Vampire Diaries humanity switch. Like, we're not doing this.
Think about the possibilities. What do we have coming up after WrestleMania? We have Money in the Bank. We have King of the Ring. Cena going through King of the Ring, redemption arc through the King of the Ring tournament to then earn a shot at Cody, heel Cody at SummerSlam for the WWE title. That could
Into
be
it.
pretty cool. Cena winning Money in the Bank. Fuck it. Why not?
Not into it.
I'm less into that.
Because he'll announce it again.
Exactly.
Fucking weirdo.
Cena, listen, it's a 2-night SummerSlam. So if you're gonna do it at any time after WrestleMania, do it at SummerSlam. And then you have Cena as the face champion, redeemed baby face champion from SummerSlam to the end of the year when he retires, and then at the end of the year he drops it, and that's his last match. He rides off to the sunset, and he says, "Hey, listen, I tried something different this time. This is my last year. I did it for me. I hope you understand. It was not the right choice. I've learned my lesson. You guys have been there for me the whole time, and I lost because I gave you the finger, basically, because I turned on you. I let you down. I failed you."
Sometimes all it takes is an I'm sorry.
And in turn, yeah, you know who else had a big I'm sorry? Seth Rollins. Remember last year? Seth Rollins came off of that heel run and was like, "Hey," and we were like, "Hey, wait a minute. We love you, Seth, but there was no payoff to this heel run. Now you're a face. What is with that?" And he was like, "Listen, I'm sorry." And I don't think that was then. I think that was in the lead up to him winning the World Heavyweight title. Somewhere around there, like just coming out of the pandemic, or just after coming out of the pandemic, like after Mania 37, something like that.
Yeah, there was some.
But it worked
shitting
well.
moment for
But
him.
it worked well. He turned face because we liked the guy, and there was no storyline justification for it. And then eventually came out and was like, "Listen, I was a dick. I'm sorry. This is me now."
Yeah,
And it worked.
And again, like if he's a human being, right? Like that's the character that he's playing, right? He says, "I'm not a babyface. I'm not a heel. I'm a human being." And really, all of them are supposed to be that way, right? They're all human beings.
Cena goes from
sometimes-
saying, "I'm breaking up with you," to spending the time after WrestleMania losing to Cody with the boombox outside your window playing love songs.
trying to hook back up with your ex. Yep,
That's
absolutely.
right. That's what the spring is for Cena.
No. Really, sometimes all people are looking for is an I'm sorry. I was wrong. And
And it's John
That-
Cena. The fans respect him.
There is an easy conversation to have, especially when you know it's genuine, because we know who Cena is at his core. Because this obviously is not Cena at his core. We know that. Cena's using the core and flipping it to make it make sense for him, right? That's a heel. But we know that the character overall is not that, and even as a heel, we know that that's not him. That's him projecting. He's having a crash out, and we're allowing him to have his crash out.
And meanwhile, that allows Cody to allow the demons that have been eating at him for the last few years, losing all of his friends, to succumb to the dark influence that has been tempting him.
Which also goes into the things that Punk was saying. Like, are you okay, man? Like, you look like, I know what that does. It's eating away at you, and I can see that it's eating away at you. And you see Cody crying while this conversation is going on, which was a good use of him crying, right? Like, all of this ties in. Something's really messy. Something's really not right here. All of this doesn't completely add up to Cena winning as a heel. It does not. It does not. I think we go off with the biggest double turn of the fucking millennium.
That'd be an ideal way to do it, right? Probably. A double turn, or you just, yeah. I don't know. There's so much that could happen. That's fun about the Triple H era. Who the fuck knows?
So there are also, let's talk about some less likely rumors. Somewhere along the internet, along the way, recently there has been a conversation that Stone Cold Steve Austin has been penciled in a version of this, which is clearly him going, "I'm sorry, I should have been there last year." So he's that's what that reads to me, especially if he does show up. That's definitely an "I'm sorry, I should have been here last year."
We needed a beer bath last year.
As much as we love Taker, as much as the Taker moment was sick, even to watch live, that wasn't what it should have been, and we all know it.
Yeah,
it should have been Austin. That was the moment. But Austin was too proud, and I think a lot like his walkout, this is the one mistake that he's ever made in his career. That he'll probably admit to being professionally wrong to say no to. The walkout being that one, the first one, and obviously missing Mania 40. That was a huge misstep for Austin, and it does leave a sour taste. So if the other option, right, is to bring Austin in to save Cody, right, and keep Cody as the biggest babyface ever, it redeems Austin. It keeps Cody as your biggest face, and it kind of redeems the one true error of last year. So there is that option as well if you want to go in that direction of the biggest face victory.
It's definitely possible. I just feel like that's too little, too late at this point.
We're too little, too late, but I wouldn't hate it.
Agreed.
I wouldn't hate it, especially not in the moment. Like it'll be a moment that you won't forget. It'll be a TikTok moment for the next year, the same way the Undertaker gong has been a TikTok moment for the last year at 40. But some of that definitely will feel like I'm so sorry for missing last year.
Yeah.
Because that sucked. We were all begging and waiting and expecting a glass shatter at 40, and we did not receive it. So if anything, if we're going to go with the big face victory and just tank the heel turn in general, at least bring Austin in. At least bring Austin into the fold. Other than that,
I feel like you bring Austin in.
To me.
Agreed. Dwayne gets involved, right? You have the two guys that are involved in one of the greatest double turns of all time. So then what's there to say that the double turn still doesn't happen?
Beer Bash, Clash of Clans, Rock and Austin 4.
Boo! You tried to...
Ladies and gentlemen. Just kidding. How are we feeling, though? How are we feeling?
And that concludes the messiest WrestleMania under the Triple H era, a.k.a. the only other one that
You mean the only other one?
A.k.a. the second one.
Yeah.
A.k.a. the second one that's worse.
This is WrestleMania 2000. This is SummerSlam 99, or whatever, the one that Austin didn't want to put somebody over, or somebody didn't want to put somebody over, so Triple H won and then Triple H lost. Like, this is that. This is that to me, right? This is that. There are a lot of things that should have happened that did not happen. It will be fine when we get there. We're all going to have fun when we actually watch it. Because, again, it's still WrestleMania. It's still that moment. It's nice for some of us because some of us are on spring break vacation. So we don't have to wake up early the next day. We don't have to go into work the next day. It's 420, so do with that what you will. It'll be a great time. The weather's getting warmer. There are a lot of new possibilities happening. So all in all, it will be what it's going to be. The lead up has been a mess. And by the end, we won't remember because whatever's going to happen at the end of night 2 is what's going to happen. And that's what's going to stick with us. And it will be totally okay. Everything will be fine. And we'll go on to Monday Night Raw and we'll keep going because the story really doesn't end.
And then Emil and I buy tickets to SummerSlam.
Oh,
Have fun
my
with
bank
that.
account.
I'm hype.
And Yusuf will be watching
SummerSlam?
SummerSlam from the safety of his home country.
Can
Fair
I have
enough.
that safety?
I mean,
Son, don't get me started.
I know. I'm the most safe, however, I still don't love it.
Yeah, but anyway,
Oh, go taco.
Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in this week. We really appreciate it. It's been a minute since the three of us have been on here. Yeah, it's been a busy couple of months. It's been a couple of months that, I'm not gonna lie. WrestleMania 40 and on, up until about the Royal Rumble, had me really, really excited and enthusiastic about wrestling. And I don't know what happened, but it's just not hitting for me anymore. It's not yet. It's still hitting.
I mean, I
It's
think
not
part
the
of it
same.
is just when you get too busy, and also the 10 weeks of build-up felt like a fucking year. Was part of it.
in 5
even,
weeks of
like-
it being house shows.
Yeah, in Europe too, mind you. Like,
I'm
if there's something
exaggerating.
we learned, do the Europe tour after Mania. Because
Yeah, do it in the spring.
do it in the spring. Do not do this during Mania season. Like, oh my god, I'm not hating on it. This was not the best idea from them.
Yeah.
Plus, like, I don't know. For me, I think it was the Rumble was like, okay, cool. Jay won. Now what? Fuck. And I was kind of like, And then, Tim and I got to witness history in Toronto. And was like, okay, now I'm intrigued. But then with the European tour and, like, of course, we all get busy. I haven't been on the show in, like, fucking 3 weeks or something. Right? Because just work. But part of it's, like, because I'm busy and can't keep up with the product, I'm kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
Plus, hockey playoffs are starting soon, and I got to be ready for that. So,
Real.
And
important things are
NBA
going on.
and baseball season is.
And NBA and baseball season's back, yeah. All
True.
those things are going on.
But regardless, y'all,
also, I
we
have
really. Oh, you have what?
Plus I have a gig Saturday night, so I'm gonna be fucking watching Mania from the green room of a theater.
Oh hell yeah, he's gonna have it on the phone
Nah,
feed.
see what you got to do is put it on your phone, put it on your music stand.
That's right. That's
Good
the way.
point. Good
That's
point.
the way. But y'all, regardless of how we've been feeling about wrestling in general lately and how our lives have been, we appreciate all of the support. And if you appreciate us, you can support us by leaving us a 5-star rating and review everywhere that we have our podcasts up. That would be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere there. You can't really leave a 5-star review on YouTube, but it's fine. What you can do on YouTube, though, if you're watching the video format, you can like the video. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel. You can leave comments about how shitty our takes are, how great our takes are, because I think we have some pretty good ones. Y'all are throwing me the fuck off. However, it is fine. What else are people going to watch when I'm talking? Another thing also is on TikTok. You can follow us on TikTok. Look up Kickout Club on TikTok. We are there. We're posting short form clips of all of our podcasts. So if you don't want to listen to us yap for an hour and 45 minutes, you can watch clips of us yapping on TikTok. I work very hard to make them short and digestible. Y'all, thank you so much for tuning in this week. We really, really appreciate it. We hope you enjoy WrestleMania. Have a happy Easter if you are celebrating, and especially a happy 420 if y'all are celebrating that. We love you. We'll see you very soon. We'll catch you next week for the review.
Lakers in 5.
Easter Bunny, kind of funny, dummy, Lakers in 5.
Lakers in 5.
Podcast of a champion.